The most famous photograph of the Holocaust, Warsaw Ghetto Boy. After Nazi Germany invaded Poland in September 1939, anti-Semitic laws were imposed on Jews. In 1941, they were forced to move to the Warsaw Ghetto. The photograph, originally titled "Forcibly Pulled Out of Bunkers." The photograph was taken during the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising in May 1943. The photograph shows a group of Jewish men, women, and children hiding in a bunker, but they were caught and forced out by Nazi German SS soldiers. All the Jews in the photograph were deported to Treblinka or Majdanek extermination camp. In the center of the photo was a frightened 6- or 7-year-old boy with his hands raised in surrender, while the SS soldier with a submachine gun in his hand, pointing downwards at the boy, was SS soldier Josef Blösche. The only sure identification was that of Josef Blösche, who was nicknamed as Nazi Frankenstein. Josef Blösche, also known as Nazi Frankenstein. He was born on 12 February 1912 in Friedland in Böhmen, Austro-Hungarian Empire. His parents were ethnic Germans. At age of 14, he left school and began working in the farm and also as a waiter in his parents' inn. He joined the pro-Nazi Sudeten German Party, a group that supported German expansion. In 1938, after Germany annexed the Sudetenland, he joined the Nazi Party. He then volunteered for the local SS and was drafted by the Waffen-SS on 4 December 1939. After completing his training, he was assigned to Warsaw, patrol 6 miles of the Bug River. After serving in Warsaw with the SS, he joined the ST, Sicherheitsdienst Security Service, a division of the SS. In June 1941, Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union, Eastern Front. Blosche was transferred to the Eastern Front, where he served with the Einsatzgruppen mobile death squads. Einsatzgruppen were SS paramilitary death squads of Nazi Germany that were responsible for mass shootings and massacres during World War II. The war on the Eastern Front of World War II became the largest military conflict in the history. Most horrific atrocities, highest casualties, mass deportations, starvation, disease, and massacres. Blosche participated in rapes, torturing, and executions of innocent people in the occupied parts of the Soviet Union. He was again transferred back to Warsaw and was assigned to guard duty at the Warsaw Ghetto in October 1942. When the mass deportation of Jews to the Treblinka extermination camp began, Blosche hunted down many Jews who were hiding from deportation, became expert in discovering hiding places and secret passages. He also took part in the shooting of about 1,000 Jews in 1943. Along with other SS members, he would go into the ghetto and shoot random Jews to terrorize the residents. Blosche used to ride a bicycle into the ghetto and shoot any Jews they encountered. Blosche shot and killed many Jews and sent many Jews to their deaths in extermination camps. He also participated in several massacres, including raping and killing of women in the ghetto. He became known for his horrible behavior in the ghetto. According to a Warsaw Ghetto survivor, Blosche was the worst of all because he killed people for no reason. Blosche participated in the suppression of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising and received the German War Merit Cross for his actions during the uprising. Later participated in the suppression of the Warsaw Uprising in 1944. With the collapse of Nazi Germany in May 1945, Blosche surrendered to the Red Army and became a prisoner of war of the Soviet Union. He was sent to Soviet camps for forced labor. In August 1946, while working at a coal mine, he had a serious accident at work, suffered a skull fracture and serious facial injuries, leaving the side of his face severely deformed. After 2 years, in 1947, his labor camp was dissolved and the Soviets released him. The scars on his face saved him from being identified as a former SS soldier. He moved to Urbach, Thuringia, East Germany, began to live a normal life, got married, and had 2 children. He did not change his name, but lived in a small village for many years in peace and unnoticed. He never spoke of his role in the war. In 1961, a former SS man who was on trial for war crimes in Hamburg told German authorities about Blosche's atrocities which he had committed in Warsaw Ghetto. An investigation by the East German police led to his identification, and Blosche was arrested on 11th January 1967. He was put on trial in Erfurt in April 1969. He confessed to the executions, rapes, and participation in the mass deportations. The Jews gave Blosche the nickname Frankenstein for his brutality. During the trial, the judge asked Blosche about the events depicted in the infamous photograph of the Warsaw Ghetto boy. Judge: You were with a submachine gun against a small boy that you extracted from a building with his hands raised. How did those inhabitants react in those moments? Blosche: They were in tremendous dread. Judge: This reflects well in that little boy. What did you think? Blosche: We witness scenes like this daily. We could not even think. He was convicted of crimes against humanity and was sentenced to death. Blosche was executed by a single bullet shot in the head in Leipzig on 29 July 1969. The body was cremated at Leipzig South Cemetery, and the ashes were buried at the same site. This is one of the most famous photographs of the Holocaust. The boy's identity remains unclear. The boy came to represent children as well as all Jewish victims in the Holocaust. There are several people claiming to be the boy in the photo, but his identity is still unclear. The boy was not yet 10 years old, as he was not wearing the Star of David armband, which Warsaw Jews were forced to wear over the age of 10. Arthur Dub Semiotic was first proposed as the boy in the photo in 1950. Jadwiga Piseska, Semiotic's cousin, signed an affidavit stating that Semiotic was the boy in the photo. In 1999, Avraham Zelenwager, age 95, said the boy in the photo was his son, Levi Zelenwager, born in 1932. Zelenwager's claim doubted, due to the lack of resemblance between Levi and the boy in the photo. In 1978, Israel Rondel claimed he was the boy in the photograph, but his claim was dismissed because he said the photo was taken in 1941 and other details did not match. Zweigheim Nussbaum stated in 1982 that he was arrested in front of the Hotel Polski on 13 July 1943 and forced to raise his hands as depicted. Nussbaum himself never claimed to be certain of their identity, saying, "I think it's me, but I honestly can't swear to it. And also the Hotel Polski is not in the ghetto." The only sure identification was that of Josef Blösche. Blosche became known to the world because he was photographed 5 times with SS forces that suppressed the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. Subscribe to our channel The Past Quest. Thank you for watching the video and for your support.